comes a time in every man's life, usually after 40, when strength starts to feel different. You don't lose it overnight. It just fades quietly. Through long hours of sitting, shallow breaths, restless nights, and the pressure to keep performing the way you used to. Most men try to fight that feeling by doing more. Heavier weights, longer runs, louder routines. But your body isn't asking for more chaos. It's asking for control. Real strength, the kind that supports your joints, stabilizes your hormones, and clears your mind, is built in stillness. In the quiet moments when your muscles hold instead of chase. When your breath becomes slower, deeper, and more deliberate. That's where your body begins to listen again. This kind of training doesn't need equipment. It doesn't even need motion. It needs awareness, the courage to stay in one position long enough for your body to adapt instead of escape. Before we start, I'd love to know, where are you watching from, and how old are you? Because wherever you are in the world, this next moment is about reconnecting with yourself, your breath, your posture, your strength. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Exhale slowly through your mouth. And let's begin. Lower your center of gravity. Widen your stance until your feet feel planted, toes slightly turned out. Now bend your knees and drop your hips. Not fast, not forced, just until your thighs begin to hum with tension. This ancient posture is known as the horse stance hold, a still position used by warriors and healers for centuries to train balance, endurance, and control. It looks simple, but within seconds, your legs begin to shake, your breath shortens, and your thoughts start to wander. That's where the training begins. Hold steady. Feel your heels grip the ground, your spine tall, your gaze calm. You're teaching your body to stay, to create power without movement. Each second builds quiet strength through your quads, glutes, and inner thighs, stabilizing your hips and spine, restoring the alignment that age, and sitting slowly steal away. As your muscles contract without motion, your nervous system finds focus. Heart rate lowers, breath deepens, and blood flow increases toward your core, the foundation of vitality and hormonal balance. Start with 20 seconds, then 30, eventually 60. Don't fight the tremble, breathe through it. That's your body remembering how to hold tension with calm. And in that stillness, something subtle shifts, not just in your legs, but in your mind. Strength becomes quiet. Control becomes peace. Strength isn't just built from the ground up. It's also held from the top down. Your shoulders, arms, and core form the structure that carries everything you do, every push, every breath, every moment you need to stay upright and composed. This position, called the straight arm support hold, teaches your body how to create tension through alignment instead of effort. Place your hands on stable bars or even the floor beside your hips. Press down firmly until your elbows lock and your shoulders pull away from your ears. Feel your arms lengthen, your chest lift, your core engage. Now stay there, steady, silent, aware. At first it feels simple, almost too easy, but then you notice how much strength it takes to stay tall without collapsing, how your triceps, chest, and abs must coordinate just to keep your frame alive. This posture builds what most men over 40 have lost: shoulder integrity, scapular control, and upper body awareness. Each second in this hold teaches you to stabilize the joints that protect your spine and keep your breath free. It rebalances the upper nervous system, reduces tension in the neck and traps, and restores proper blood flow through the chest and rib cage, crucial for healthy posture, hormone regulation, and calm focus. Start by holding for 20 seconds, then add time as your control improves. Don't rush it. Let your body rediscover the strength of stillness, the kind that doesn't shout, but supports everything quietly beneath the surface. And as you breathe there, tall, steady, unshaken, notice how your frame begins to feel lighter, stronger, more connected to the ground that supports it. Most men don't realize how much power is lost in the hips. Years of sitting, tension, and stress close off the muscles that feed blood, energy, and vitality to the entire lower body. You can lift, you can run, you can train hard, but if your hips are locked, your life force can't flow. This position, known as the middle split hold, begins to open what time has quietly tightened. Start on your hands and knees. Slowly slide your knees apart, keeping your ankles in line with them and your feet turned slightly outward. Lower your chest toward the floor, rest on your forearms if you can, and breathe. Don't force the stretch. Let gravity do the work while your breath keeps you anchored. With every exhale, feel the muscles of your inner thighs soften and release. The adductors, the deep connectors of the pelvis that influence blood flow and stability. What's happening inside is more than flexibility. As those deep tissues relax, circulation increases through the pelvic floor, restoring oxygen and hormonal balance to areas often starved of both. You may feel warmth, a pulse, even a gentle throb between your legs. That's your blood returning to where it belongs. Stay here for 30 to 60 seconds. Keep breathing. The goal isn't to stretch farther, it's to stay longer with awareness. In this stillness, your body learns how to open again, not through force, but through trust. And when that happens, strength no longer feels like tension. It feels like flow. Balance isn't something you find once and keep forever. It's something you rebuild, breath by breath. For most men, one side of the body always carries more tension, more strength, more weight. Over time, that imbalance pulls on your hips, strains your spine, and disrupts the rhythm of movement, and even the way your body regulates hormones. The front split hold brings that symmetry back. Begin by extending one leg forward and one leg back, sliding carefully until you reach your natural limit. Keep your hips square and your chest upright. Your front heel digs gently into the floor while the back leg lengthens behind you, reaching through the top of your foot. At first, the tightness feels one-sided. It always does. But as you breathe, the imbalance begins to speak. With each inhale, you create space in the hips. With each exhale, you settle deeper into alignment. Your hamstrings, hip flexors, and glutes start to communicate again, restoring the connection between strength and flexibility that daily life slowly erases. Hold for 30 seconds, then slowly come out and switch sides. Never force the movement, control it. Let both sides of your body experience the same patience, the same breath, the same respect. This posture recalibrates your pelvis, equalizes blood flow between both legs, and recenters your spine. And as the body regains symmetry, the mind follows, thinking clearer, standing taller, feeling lighter. Balance isn't a destination, it's a conversation between effort and release. And the more you listen, the more your body begins to move as one. There's a moment in training when the world turns upside down, and your mind follows. It's the moment your body no longer relies on sight or balance the way it used to. Everything becomes about breath, awareness, and trust. The chest-to-wall handstand is not about performing. It's about teaching your body how to stay calm when the familiar disappears. Start by placing your hands shoulder-width apart, a few inches from a wall. Walk your feet up slowly until your chest faces the surface. Keep your elbows locked, your core tight, and your glutes engaged. At first, your heart may race, not from effort, but from the instinct to protect yourself. That's your nervous system meeting gravity in reverse. Breathe into it. Each inhale steadies your focus. Each exhale tells your body that you're safe. This posture builds strength through your shoulders, arms, and core, while refining balance, coordination, and proprioception, the body's internal sense of direction. It also enhances blood flow toward the brain, supporting clarity, oxygen delivery, and mental calm. Stay inverted for 10 to 20 seconds at first. Then, as your confidence grows, hold longer. Don't chase time, chase stillness. Control is not how long you can hold it, it's how quietly you can breathe while you do. When you return to the ground, notice what's changed. Your vision steadies, your breath slows. And for a brief moment, the world feels lighter because you learned to stay composed, even when it turned upside down. When you slow down long enough to listen, your body starts to remember. Every tremble, every breath, every quiet second you held yourself steady. They all taught your nervous system something it had forgotten: how to feel safe, how to focus, how to rebuild from the inside. Real strength isn't loud. It doesn't need noise or speed or proof. It lives in composure, in the ability to stay calm while everything around you moves. If you've made it here, you've done more than train your body. You've reconnected with it. You've reminded your hormones, your joints, and your breath that stability isn't lost with age. It's refined by awareness. Keep practicing that awareness. Let stillness become part of your rhythm. In movement, in work, in life. Your body isn't growing older. It's becoming wiser. And every time you return to this kind of training, you're not chasing youth. You're mastering yourself.